Hi everybody and welcome to Heel Heat. My name is George Coles. This is my tag team partner, Pat Tanaka.
Gary Rhodes, everybody. Thanks, Kato. Why don't you be more like Kato and not talk? Ooh, yeah, the madness.
Anyway, this is our WWE show for the week. Let's go right into it. Your favorite segment of the night, Vicky Guerrero climbing a ladder.
Good God. Let's just get through this segment.
You know, it was kind of funny. They had Mickie James did it last week. Now Vicky does it on this show.
Yeah. Of course, Lawler had to go and say, Vicky, your job evaluation revolves around these fans. So they put on is it the app? Is it the app they call it? Because they never really talk about it too much. WWE app. I guess they have an app now. I didn't know. And it was up to the fans to say if she failed her or succeeded at her job.
We'll get to that in a little bit.
Exactly.
But she sets up the matches for the night, and we'll go right into the first match of the night, Daniel Bryan versus Sheamus.
As soon as I heard that this match was going on, I was like, okay, Bryan's going to lose, another Sheamus win. Excellent match.
Yeah.
I think it was very good, very well executed match, and Bryan gets the win. It's about damn time.
Was there a second when he was on the ground about to go for the no lock that you thought he was going to go for the cattle mutilation?
A little bit.
He had it almost set up to where he was going to go for it. I think he thought about it and then decided not to.
I don't know. I think it would have been cool if he would have got a pin or a submission,
Yeah.
but the pin was good.
Oh, it was awesome because he's pulling out more and more of his Ring of Honor stuff. For a while in Ring of Honor, he called himself Mr. Small Package and won every match with a small package.
There you go.
And then, did you notice after the match, Sheamus abided by the Code of Honor?
Shook each other's hands.
Yep.
Now the next match I had the tag team champions against Tons of Funk.
Who got the old jobber entrance, which means no entrance. They were in the ring when we came back from commercial.
Exactly.
It's amazing how far these two have fallen in a year. Booked properly, and Brodus Clay has gotten into tremendous shape. He's shed, what, 70 pounds since he's been there?
I mean, I remember when he was standing next to you at WrestleMania the year before last, I mean, he was a freaking giant. And it looks like he slimmed down quite a bit.
Yeah, and I'm a big dude. I mean, I'm 300 plus pounds. I'm probably about 320, and he made me look like a fucking little kid.
And then Albert isn't a slouch either.
Isn't it a shame, like, how good these guys are? Like, Albert is an amazing wrestler that's never gotten the proper gimmick in America.
No. But I guarantee you.
Look, we're even calling him Albert now.
Well, you take it this way. You take this tag team and you take it overseas, how over would these two be?
Oh, they'd be awesome.
And honestly, Albert or whatever's probably thinking in his head, as soon as this, I just call him Albert, I'm sorry. He's probably thinking in his head, we'll just finish these contracts up and go over to Japan. Make big money.
And then you had Reigns and Rollins pick up the win, which is good. They set them up strong going into the pay-per-view. I don't like that they're not going to be on the show. They're going to be on the pre-show.
Yeah, I would put at least a Jericho Ryback match on there, you know. It's not about a title.
No. Well, they have been putting a title match on the pre-show, so it sort of makes sense.
Okay.
Speaking of that, well, before we get to that, we had the Cena and Mark Henry confrontation.
Their face-to-face confrontation.
Uh-oh. Cross the line.
Oh, Mark.
Ain't that a TNA
no.
sting?
I'm tired of the Cena scared face that he makes every time he sees Mark Henry. We know you're Super Cena. We know you're going to beat him. The end.
Mark did cross the line, man.
Mark told me
It
he
was
was going to get his ass
clubber
kicked.
time.
Mark told me he was going to get his ass kicked in his wig split. I don't know. I'd love to see Henry get the title, but I doubt it's going to happen.
There you go. Now, two guys that were wrestling in a non-title match, but one of them is a champion. Y2J Chris Jericho versus Michael McGillicuddy.
Curtis Axel.
Axel Rose?
Oh, God. You know what's funny is his former tag team partner's making his debut tonight with the Wyatt family.
There you go.
But anyways, I thought this was an excellent match. You had Miz over doing commentary. Axel gets distracted. Y2J hits the code breaker. Axel's first loss after being a Paul Heyman guy.
There you go. First of many, of course.
No, I don't think so.
That's what them Hennings do is lose.
No, whatever. Yeah, because you got those Hogans on the top. Another decent match, which is, Sin Cara versus Alberto Del Rio, the world champion. Sin Cara, I think, works really good with the Spanish wrestlers. We've talked about that in the past because they can talk to each other, understand each other a lot better, call each other's spots a lot better.
And Alberto was particularly vicious with him.
Oh, he was.
Where his kicks were, I don't know if it was the lighting that made it look that way, but they had a certain violence that they don't normally have.
Sin Cara, I'm giving him a little bit more respect. He still botches here and there, but he kind of reminds me of a Tajiri, a smaller guy that could just take a whooping. And
are you turning face on me?
No, I like Tajiri, and I think that Sin Cara.
Sin Cara's no Tajiri.
In that aspect.
No Tajiri. Tajiri had more charisma in his pinky finger than Sin Cara has.
He's Tajiri. I'm just saying that aspect of Tajiri where he's a little guy that.
Apologize to Tajiri.
I'm not apologizing. Shit, he wouldn't understand it.
I missed you. Right now.
Oh, shit. Anyways. I thought it was a decent match.
The what ain't got cool.
Shit. Anyways, then out comes
Dolph Ziggler, who has the best superpower ever. He can turn off the Sin Cara lighting.
Yes. And I liked his impersonation of Roberto Rodriguez.
See?
And they start fighting back and forth. I think ADR is going to walk away with the belt still at the pay-per-view. Just for the plain simple fact, I think they're still working up the head injury aspect of this.
Well, it'd be easy for him to go right into a feud with Big E, with Big E Langston and AJ Lee go away from him, which they went back to this week after last week him not being involved with them.
Or another thing is Ziggler can get the win, and whoever is in the other Money in the Bank could actually cash it, not in the All-Stars, but in the, what do they call it, the Future Rising Stars. I mean, how awesome would it be if Ziggler gets the win and Cesaro comes out and cashes in? Or Swagger, or
Rhodes.
Cody Rhodes. Cody Rhodes deserves that belt.
Mm-hmm.
Anyways.
Next we have the Vicky evaluation, which reminds me, we got to do your evaluation at some point.
Somebody's about to get their wig split.
I'm going to bring Stephanie in for it.
Are you? Anyways, this was one of your first piss break of the night, I'd have to say. Really wasn't impressed with it.
It wasn't that bad.
It wasn't. I mean, I like the momentum that the show was carrying until then. So I don't know. I just kind of slowed it down.
No, I'm giving it a pass just because Vicky. Stephanie McMahon was on my screen.
And she used her dad's catchphrase, "You're fired."
Well, she's hot as shit.
She's something. Her voice sounds like she smokes like 3 packs of cigarettes a day.
Voice could sound like whatever it wants.
Anyways, I think it was a down point of the show. But anyways,
I think if Hunter ever watches our shows, if I'll get heat with him.
If Hunter ever watches our shows, he'll just kill you. He'll just go from Connecticut. He'll call. There's these guys in Florida. Kill the one that looks like Bruce Valanche. And there you go.
Hey. Oh well. I got Hunter on my back. Probably at some point Tommy's going to come after me.
No question. Speaking of questions.
Well, we didn't get into the main part that she lost her job and
Vince says he's going to give the fans what they deserve. Brad Maddox is their new GM.
Now we all know the question, Gary.
Sorry.
Our question of the week from last week was, who do you think will win the Money in the Bank All-Star match? Now, before we get into our opinion, we got some answers from our friends. The first is from Danae Hernandez. Daniel Bryan, for sure, he deserves it. The second one is from our friend Closure Damas. A part of me wants to see Randy Orton win because it's been too long since he's been a world title contender. Also, he is most likely to turn heel in the bunch. Wonderful point by Closure. I didn't even think about that. It has been a while.
It has been a long time, but, well, he did screw up. He's on his second chance.
Yeah, but he's
on
been on 2 strikes for a while.
I think, yeah.
I don't know. In my opinion, I'm going to go with Danae. I think Daniel Bryan's got all the momentum in the world. There was no reason not to let him win it.
Well, that's been the big talk is for Bryan to win it, for the whole time. Bryan's been way over, and unlike most winners, he's coming in there with a streak, a pretty good winning streak, where beforehand most of the winners came in there losing.
Surprises.
But that things change. I'm with you and Danae with the whole Daniel Bryan situation.
And going from that to our question of the week for this week, with them naming a new GM, do you like the GM position, or would you rather see the commissioner come back?
But they have to have a shirt with the commissioner.
Slaughter never had that.
Slaughter's not Mick Foley.
Commissioner Regal didn't ever have that.
He had a suit and tie. He's Commissioner Regal. He's the first member of Vince McMahon Kiss My Ass Club, too. Don't you forget that.
Don't you talk bad about Commissioner Regal.
Oh, he's a man's man.
Great. Now we got Regal coming to get us, too. If he comes, I'm going to let him stretch it and just tape it.
Well, he's British. I'll just throw an episode of Doctor Who in a DVD player, and he'll be busy.
Anyway.
Blimey.
Back to the question at hand. Would you rather see them keep with the GMs, or would you rather see a commissioner that's over everything? Let us know what you think. Hit us up on our Facebook. Hit us up on Twitter. Put it down where?
Down there.
Down in our comments. Now, going back to the show, we had Kane versus Christian. I thought it was a good match.
Oh, a damn good match. You got two guys that's been in the business for 20 years.
The last of the Attitude Era that are
still hanging on.
Well, that are because you still got Triple H comes out,
but still active,
full-time competitors. That's what I was looking for.
Well, I mean, you look at these are the cream of the crop, though. I mean, Christian is one of the best smaller wrestlers the business has seen.
At last, he's on his own.
Yeah.
And Kane gets the win with a strong choke slam,
which brings in an epic introduction, I think.
All night we had seen some pretty good promos with a WWE reporter being sent to the Wyatt family compound to get an idea of what they were about. And it culminates in after the match, the arena goes dark. They show the last promo. Bray Wyatt says, "We're here," holds up a lantern, blows it out. Then the lantern comes on they're on the ramp coming to the ring with the lantern on. He makes it out to his rocking chair, sits in it, blows the lantern out. The house lights come back on, and Eric Rowan and Luke Harper destroy Kane.
These guys are monsters, man. They're huge. And you're saying was it
Luke Harper?
Luke Harper's the one that
used to be Brody Lee.
He's as fast as he is big.
Yeah, he's going to be the guy, other than Bray Wyatt, that you're going to see a lot out of. Now, Eric Rowan is the greenest of the bunch, but Luke Harper is amazing. If anybody that watches us watches Ring of Honor or Chikara, CZW, Dragon Gate Evolve, and remembers and seen Brody Lee there, you guys understand what I'm talking about. If not, take the time and go look the guy up. I mean, he can, for a guy that's I think legit 6'7", he can move around the ring with the best of them. I mean, he had a match in Ring of Honor versus, at the time, Tyler Black, who's now Seth Rollins, and he was keeping up with him pace for pace. I mean, it wasn't, Rollins didn't have to slow to his speed. Brody Lee sped up to Rollins' speed.
Yeah.
But it was great. I love that they destroyed a guy like Kane, who's never been destroyed like that.
Yeah.
Here's an interesting thought someone put on Twitter, and I forget who it is to give him the credit. What if that's how they recruit Kane? Kind of like the old Ministry used to do?
Mm-hmm. True. I'd like to keep it the three-man that you got now.
And what did you think of the whole thing?
Oh, dude, I thought it was spectacular. This is one of the best debuts they've had. Now, the only thing
Since the Shield.
I like this debut because they put more into this. The Shield just surprised you. This here, you knew they were coming.
It was a great debut.
Oh, it was a great debut, but I'm just saying that the anticipation, we were waiting for this and waiting for it for months. We finally get it, and it didn't let me down. The only thing that pissed me off was the fans with the whole Husky Harris shit in the crowd. We all know who he was. I mean,
you can't have your cake and eat it too.
Well, no, I'm just saying we're not dumb. We know who he was.
On this show, you called Tensai Prince Albert.
It was Prince Albert. Come on.
I mean, you can't have your cake and eat it too.
Hey,
if you're going to be a smart all the way.
I'm sorry, but I just don't want to see this guy get ruined. I don't want to see him join Tons of Funk next month.
But you're all right with Prince Albert getting
ruined. Yeah.
Or Tensai.
Yeah.
Anyway. Did you notice in the beginning when Christian came out, they had Michael McGillicuddy on the screen?
Yeah, they are really on the ball this week. But anyway, I mean, other than that,
do you think that's the only reason they don't chant that to him is because you can't chant Michael McGillicuddy?
No, you can't, dude. I mean, really. I mean, like you said, you can do the Husky Harris. I mean, it sounds like a good chant.
Yeah.
Or Prince Albert, but Mike McGillic, it just doesn't chant right.
You're not perfect.
You could do that one. But anyways, I mean, I was very impressed with the debut. To get back to the question, I just hope that if they were planning on turning these guys face eventually, I just hope they do it in a proper way and don't turn these guys into bushwhackers. Yeah, I don't want no honkying down the road.
We got the bushwhackers are coming in soon. Mark and Jay.
Oh yeah. If they do that to them, maybe they could be part of this group.
Mark and Jay Whacker?
Yeah. You never know.
Oh, did you notice in the back after the? I think I'm skipping back a little bit. There was a backstage segment with I don't know if it was before or after this, but Vicky was leaving and they caught up with Brad Maddox and Vince.
Oh, she slapped the show.
Yeah, but did you notice that Red Titus was in the background?
Yeah. I wonder what he's doing there. Well, Scum's done.
I understand he worked a tryout match. Maybe. Red Titus might be coming soon, which would be another excellent pickup.
Between him and Kenny King, I still like Kenny King better.
Yeah,
But like I said, man, you give the guy the right character. We'll see where they go with him.
There you go. Now, where they're going on the show is to a piss break.
Damn right
AJ Lee and Alicia Fox versus Layla and Caitlyn. Do you think they had the Bellas on commentary and they were making fun of Caitlyn's weight? I mean, really? She's not a big girl. She's not.
And the thing is, their whole anti-bullying thing, they're really kind of working against.
Well,
I understand if you're going to be a star, why are you sitting there pointing out the fat girl? And she's not fat. That's what I'm just saying.
I guarantee Paul Heyman and Dutch Mantel included that any writer in the back couldn't get a girl that looked as good as her.
No.
Except for maybe PS back in the day, but I digress. I mean, Caitlyn's not a bad-looking girl. No. She's attractive. She's muscular. But that's just different.
Well, it's the same thing that Lay Cole did with Mickey James. Yeah.
I don't know. It just bothers me that in this day and age, and I'm not a guy that's, you know me. I'm okay rolling with the punches, but to berate somebody because of their weight and they're not even heavy. Well, it'd be different if it was Bertha Finn.
Now, here's the difference. So like I said, the thing that bothers me was this whole BSR thing. The whole roster we've talked about, the whole show we've talked about, there was no bullying going on in any of the show.
Sheamus is pretty much a bully.
But he's a babyface.
There you go.
But he's not sitting there making. Well, I guess he is. I don't know. We'll take Sheamus out of the equation because he's one of their upper guys. But you had this whole Be a Star program, and you want everybody to listen to you, and this anti-bullying thing, and you have the Bella Twins that are at all these school things and all these Be a Star things, and they're bullying Caitlyn. I just don't get it. Don't shove something down my throat and then do the opposite on your show.
Which the thing of it is, I'm not a huge Caitlyn fan, and I'm not either. It's just it felt wrong. It felt immature. It felt dirty.
Okay, it's this. Okay.
Women's wrestling already has a bad enough fucking stain on it. You don't need to call a chick fat when she's...
Well, here's the thing. Okay, you go back to 97, 98, when you had the Nation, the DX making fun of the Nation, and X-Pac came out there dressed like Mark Henry in a big fat suit. They didn't call him fat. They didn't. They walked around. They pulled punches on him.
Fat Albert.
They did a Fat Albert, and they said, how do you get your pecs to come from the front to your back and all that stuff. But they really didn't sit there and just berate him like that.
Yeah, I just think it's bad. It's bad mojo for a PG show, I wouldn't want my kid to see that it's okay to pick on a girl because of their weight. That, again, if we're talking King Kong Bundy, if we're talking tons of funk, I mean,
you have your spots to make fun of it, and it just really wasn't here. And this, like you said, this was a piss break match. It was. I don't even remember who won it. I really don't care.
Who cares? I don't know.
It really. I was
box there for a minute.
Well, the whole fat shit did just kind of spoil me the whole damn thing. But
it was badly placed after the Wyatt family introduction.
Oh yeah, but what was good was our main event for the night.
Randy Orton versus CM Punk.
Orton stated earlier, "I beat you at WrestleMania," but Punk didn't rub the fact or put in his face that he beat him a couple months back on Raw.
I thought it was an excellent match. The only thing I'm kind of, I applaud anybody adding moves to their repertoire, but Randy Orton doing a T-bone suplex, leave it to Taz. If you can't do it as good as Taz, leave it alone. And once you see Taz doing that move, and you look at Randy Orton looks about like me doing the move.
He's just too long and lanky for that move. It's not a move for him. I think it would look better if you put the move on because you're shorter. Where Orton and me are around 6'3", 6'4", I'm too tall for that move, to do that move. That's a move for a shorter wrestler to put on. That's a move for like Daniel Bryan.
Well, Scott Steiner did it well.
Well, Steiner's only 6 foot, 5'11". He's not that. I mean, they might say he's taller than that in the books, but that's all he really is. Because I remember seeing him when I was a kid, and I was taller than him then.
Anyway, back to the match. It was a really good match. Then CM Punk gets the dub.
And then out comes Daniel Bryan.
The goat face killer.
I did like the new shirt. We didn't mention that. I didn't see the shirt before.
Yeah, he's been wearing it for a couple weeks.
Has he? I just never
Fear
looked
the beard?
I like Fear the Beard. I like the shirt, man.
I mean, for bearded guys, it's cool. Guys that have like this manicured kind of metrosexual look, I mean.
Everybody's got a price, man. I got the Ted DiBiase beard.
Anyway, I mean, if you're gonna go, you go all the way.
No.
You go full beard.
You never go full beard.
You go full beard.
You don't go full retard. Anyways, excellent match. Bryant comes out, destroys both
everybody.
Punk and Bryant, or Punk and Orton with the chair or with
Climbs
the
up and gets
ladder.
the briefcase.
Exactly.
Which hopefully will be what he does on Sunday night.
I'm like this for it, man. Because I heard that.
Because enough is enough and it's time for a change?
Well, I heard that they were planning on him main event in SummerSlam with Cena. But then I hear they're talking about putting Cena. Or they're talking about putting Cena, Henry, and Ryback in a match together. I really hope they don't go that way.
Hot, man.
Henry's hot, but I'm just tired of Ryback in the main event picture right now. He needs to go back down.
How cool would it be if he comes back with Vicky as his manager after they hugged it out? I think she would do wonders for him.
I do too.
She'd get him the heat he needs.
Well, I mean, look what she did with Edge. I mean, Edge never really needed a manager, but she was great with Edge. She was great with Chavo when Chavo was there. Chavito.
Anyway, back to the
lecture in here. Professional. Oh, sorry, I was thinking of Dr. Dre.
Anyway, Snoop, we're going to go right into our ratings. If you've seen the show before, we rate everything on a 1 to 5 scale, 5 being the best, 1 being the worst. If not, that's how we do it. Our 1 is a Great Khali, 2 is a Sheamus, 3 is a Randy Orton, 4 is a Daniel Bryan, 5 is a CM Punk. I'm giving it a Daniel Bryan a 4.
I agree with you on that. I've been thinking about what the greatest show after we've been sitting there talking about it the whole night.
Sid Cara lighting, the Divas match that had that annoying to me, the fat jokes.
I think the Divas match is the only thing that kept this thing from being a 5 to me. I'll be honest with you.
The Sid Cara lighting did it for me.
Well, it's in every show anymore, dude. So I'm not a fan of it either. Especially when you're wrestling a main eventer and you're not the main eventer. I think they just need to drop that shit right now. They quit it for God knows how long, and they bring it back.
They got a deal on it.
I would quit it. I would just cut that shit out.
The Wyatt family introduction is great.
Oh god, that was perfect.
The match, Orton and Punk and Bryan and Sheamus were awesome. Y2J and Axel was good. I mean, it wasn't a great match, I don't think.
It was good.
I mean, Y2J was great.
All the matches except for the women's match were spot on. Even the Sin Cara and ADR. So I'm giving it a 4. I'm giving it a Punk or a Bryan.
I'm giving it a 4. I'm giving it a Daniel Bryan too.
That's it for me.
That's all I gotta say. My name is George Coles,
I'm Gary Rhodes.
and this has been Heel Heat.